Welcome to the On Deck podcast for all your baseball DFS needs with your superstar hosts, fantasy baseball experts, Casey, Bubba, and Bogman. On Deck podcast is sponsored by LineStar app, the #1 top-rated data and analytics tool for daily fantasy sports.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the On Deck MLB DFS podcast brought to you by the wonderful people at LineStar. Check them out on Twitter at LineStar DFS and at LineStar MLB, and download the app in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Get all the good stuff there. You can find me on Twitter at BDentric and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott Bogman, how are we doing, my friend?
Doing really, really good. The D-backs did get crushed today by the Marlins, but I don't care about that. You're gonna lose some. As long as the Dodgers keep losing, I'm okay. And but did you see Goldie smash out the light in Busch Stadium? That was pretty cool.
That was awesome. He had that was an absolute moonshot. So that was a absolute beauty there. I thought it was entertaining because it wasn't just us. Pretty much anywhere you listen for content or read content or anything for DFS, it was get the aces. Get the aces. Well, the aces weren't
John
aces
Means
tonight.
Was okay.
Yeah, John Means is good. I wish he was on the main slate because that would have been fun. But like Bieber was average. He wasn't, Bieber, Darvish, Peralta got hit around. Bueller didn't make it past 5 innings. Like it was just like what just took place tonight. It was fun.
Right.
It was, which is interesting because it brings everybody down to the playing field, and it's like it's not like a 200-point night wins everything. So that's very entertaining. But overall, it's been pretty interesting. Not like super explosive offenses on Wednesday night, just enough to kind of wet the beak, and it's just pretty fun stuff. So we got 8 games for you on a Thursday, and they start early 1:05 Eastern, 10:05 for us on the Best Coast. Like it's going to be Bogman's going to miss the first half of the slate, folks. So that's just how it's going to go.
I may just play like the late slate tonight, but we'll see. Usually I'll get up, make some changes, and then go back to sleep. So we'll do that.
There you go. Take check on the cats, make some lineups, go back to bed. I like
100%.
That.
Yeah, that's the routine, man. It's got to be the routine.
Perfect. That works. But let's get at it. 8 games on the slate. We actually have 7 totals, and weather-wise, knock on wood, I don't see any rain issues. We have a lot of different wind situations. So check that when you're listening in the morning, because that's too far out for me to
What's
even
the
believe
spritzer?
it. Yeah, there's a little bit of a mist on my face. It's it's gonna make the ball go at this different angle because of the different. No, yeah, we're not going there. But so we got that going for us. But we got a few totals, and we're gonna start in Philadelphia, Milwaukee, and remember these are getaway days, so the lineups are gonna be wonky. So remember that.
Yeah.
Milwaukee at Philadelphia, total of 7. After we saw a 5-4 game on Wednesday. Brandon Woodruff, Zach Wheeler on the bump. Wheeler is 96 on DK. He is 91 on FanDuel. Woodruff is 93 on DK, but he's 10-1 on FanDuel. So a little role reversal. Different show, but role reversal. I'm down for some Woodruff in a tournament, just like I was Peralta. Peralta got a grand slam, and then he was pretty much fine. It was just one bad little hiccup. I think Woodruff's I'm willing to roll with Woodruff. Not sure I trust Wheeler.
Yeah, I mean, Woodruff, 4 earned runs in his last 5 starts, which have all been quality. 21-6 K to walks over his last 3. And he's a good starter. I get why Wheeler is expensive because the lineup in Milwaukee has been a little rough recently, but I'm going to stick with Woodruff.
Yeah, and one last thing I'll say on Woodruff, and I think a lot on different shows this show, people need to remember that if it wasn't for Corbin Burns going off, Woodruff was like the man, and he still was. He still pitched phenomenally. It's just Burns takes the shine away. So,
right.
What bats are you looking at here? Because I've been stacking Milwaukee. They were like Kane got 18 and DK and Avicel got 30 or 20, so they paid off. But as an overall stack, I think Vogel got like 9. It was tough, but it was cheap, and I'm kind of willing to go back to it again.
Yeah, they're still cheap. I mean, Wong is 4,200. He's 3 for 5 in his career off of Wheeler with 2 doubles, 4 for 9 for Kane in his career. And he's 29 and 32, like you just mentioned. These guys are hot and, cheap. Avisale, 27 and 28, actually cheaper on DK than he is on FanDuel. Travis Shaw, 33 and 3,000. And then on the Philly side, if you're not going with Woodruff, I mean, McCutchen had another nice night tonight, 4,200 and 3,000. So he's been good. Brad Miller 32 and 24, Alec Boehm 34 and 25, and Didi hit a granny tonight, 38 and 3,000. So there's some good prices in this one.
Yeah, the Phillies are in play if you want to get weird, but I'm going Milwaukee in this one. I'll go back to the well and see if we can attack Wheeler on this slate. Next game, we got the New York Yankees, Houston Astros wrapping up their rivalry. Lance McCullers versus Garrett Cole, over under 7.5. So you can tell we got some big pitchers in these early games based on the totals. And we look at the DraftKings pricing. Garrett Cole is 10.5. He's leading the way. And on FanDuel, he's leading the way at 12.3. You got McCullers at 83 on DK. He's 84 on FanDuel. Garrett Cole, sure, no problem. If that's what you want to roll with, I have zero. I'm not even gonna go into it. Like, if you want to use Garrett Cole, go for it. I'm not using Lance McCullers though.
Yeah, I mean, 2 quality starts in a row for McCullers, but not against the Yankees, especially up against Cole. It's going to be hard to get the W there. 5 quality starts in a row for Cole, double-digit Ks in 4 of his 6 starts. 62-3 is his strikeout to walk ratio on the season. So, yeah, he's pretty good.
As the wonderful Larry David would say, pretty good. What bats you like in this game? Because I don't really feel like fading either guy in this. I think I'm just going to pass on the bats.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, Stanton went deep tonight. He's 44 and 37. Outside of that, I really don't want any part of bats in this one.
Yeah, Stanton won off. I even did that on Wednesday night, and it paid off. Like, I didn't want to really stack against Luis Garcia because, like, I didn't respect him enough, and I respect parts of that Astros bullpen. So, like, I had the money left. I'm like, Stanton, let's do it. And it worked out. Doesn't always work out that way, but it was nice. So, go if you're going to one-off. Like I always tell people, especially in tournaments, go for the guy that's got double dong upside. Don't go for the guy that's going to be like 2 for 4 with a walk. Like, go for the guy that's going to pop off 0 or 30. Like, that's what you're going for. All right, Detroit at Boston is the next one we got on tap. Spencer Turnbull, Nate Eovaldi, over under 8.5. Now we're getting to some offense. Eovaldi 84 on DK, he's 86 on FanDuel. Turnbull's 68 on DK, he has 78 on FanDuel. Turnbull's been good, but I respect this Red Sox offense way too much, assuming they have the main suspects. This is a getaway day, but Eovaldi, I'm just going to keep pitching against Detroit.
Yeah, and half of his starts have been quality. 18-3 K to walk in his last 3 starts for Eovaldi. And I mean, you've mentioned it every time. Really doesn't matter what pitcher you got up there. Detroit's lineup strikes out a ton. So
even Martin Perez hit the over K prop today. Like,
right.
It's ridiculous. It is just
they go down hacking.
I don't know if I've seen a team so bad in my life.
They go down hacking. So it's been rough. There's a couple of guys with good PVB for them on their side. Wilson Ramos is 6 for 18 with 2 doubles against Eovaldi in his career. Miggy is 3 for 8, no extra base hits though. But I mean, I want Boston bats here. I want Bogarts, Martinez, Renfroe is still nice and cheap, 31 and 26. Rafael Devers, 52 and 37. So I want bats, and I don't want anything to do with the Tigers.
Yeah, keep an eye on Verdugo. He missed Wednesday night dealing with his back issues. He's been dealing with it for like the last 3 years. So he's missed games already this year before today, Wednesday. So keep an eye on all that. But yeah, there's pieces to like. And I will say I don't mind the Tiger stack because the one thing with Eovaldi, he rarely makes it through 6. And the Red Sox bullpen is suspect. See, I like Eovaldi because he's going to strike out enough guys that he's going to pay himself off. I'm not worried about that. But you're going to get a good chunk of Red Sox bullpen. So if you want to,
Grossman and Candelario are still cheap. I'll say
very
that.
cheap, and they scored runs again on Wednesday. Like they're still doing it, even though they don't. It's literally the 3 true outcomes with the Tigers. It is ridiculous. So take it with a grain of salt. Do what you got to do. We head to Minnesota, Texas at the Minnesota Twins. This is the only one we don't have a total for yet. Michael Pineda at $7,500 on DK, which is ridiculously cheap in my mind. And then he's 87 on FanDuel. Jordan Lyles getting the spot start. Looks like it'll be like an opener situation potentially. He's 56 on DK. He's 58 on FanDuel. Who cares what his price is? But Pineda on DK, I think, is as low as I want to go for now as an SP2. I like targeting the Texas bats. I like using the Texas bats too, so I'm not opposed to that. But in reality, Bogman, it's all about stacking Minnesota on this one.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, Lyles, going to be a no from me, dog. He has been awful so far. But yeah, Nelly Cruz, 4 for 13 with a bomb against Lyles in his career.
And we know he's going yard on Thursday because we both picked him on Wednesday.
Both picked him Wednesday, so he's absolutely hitting a homer today. Yep. Buxton, Garver, Polanco, Astudillo, even if he's in the lineup. These guys are all super hot for Minnesota, so you got to pay up for them right now. But I would be fine doing it.
Yeah, I'm all aboard the Twins train. They're that team that's due for like a massive blow up. You just feel it coming. Even on Wednesday night, they had like 3 innings where they had 2 to 3 runners on base and just choked. It could have been a blowout. Like their offense is real close to what we saw in times last year. Mets at the Cardinals. Taijuan Walker, John Grant over under 8, or John Gant over under 8 in this one. Walker 7K on DK. He is 75 on FanDuel. John Gant is 671 on DK, 73 on FanDuel. I don't hate Taijuan Walker the more I think about it. He's been effective. It's just walks are a massive issue for him. I think I'm more inclined for bats in this game. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I actually kind of like Gant, but I can't figure him out, right? Because I think this is a good matchup against a struggling Mets offense right now. I mean, we've talked about how worthless Francisco Lindor has been. He's been so bad that I got so distracted counting up his offers on the most recent In This League podcast that I didn't hear what Welsh said and then repeated exactly what he said about Alex Kirilloff and looked like a total idiot. And he's like, I just said that stuff, dude. Were you not listening? I said, I was counting up how many Francisco, it's over his last 24 for Lindor. He's
so bad that Barstool has made a gender reveal meme about him. So it's like, come on, guys.
Right. So they've been struggling, but I mean, Gant 20 to 18K to walk, but only 6 earned runs total in 5 starts. Usually it doesn't go deep into the game either, but I kind of like him. I guess if it's between him and Walker, I'd probably take Walker for the upside, but he's only had the last 2 starts. He's only had 4 Ks apiece in them. So I think I'm probably just going to push pitching. If I have to pick one, I guess I'll take Gant, but I'm with you. It's the hitters on this side. It's O'Neill and Arenado and Bader, and Edmonds been hot. We just saw Goldie break a sign, and even your guy Carpenter, man, 27 and 2,000 is just a super cheap option should he get in that lineup.
Yeah, they're gonna, when they put him in, he's hitting like 4th or 5th. So it's like those are the value plays you're looking for. He's a cheap piece of a stack. Like, I don't like Carpenter. I understand why he's so cheap, but he's been hitting actually. So it is pretty interesting. I think it's definitely an interesting stack. If you want a piece of New York, Pete Alonso is like the only hot thing they have. He's swinging it really, really well. So you have to pay up for him, but I get it. And the way like you broke down Gant and Walker, it's pretty much why I'm like just circling Pineda as my cheapest option. That's just where on DK. Because I'm not using him on FanDuel, period. But on DK, that's kind of where we sit.
Would you rather go with Gant or Eovaldi?
Gant or Eovaldi? I'll go Eovaldi.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, for sure. We have 3 more games to go. But before we do, just a quick reminder, go to LineStar, find them on Twitter, at LineStar DFS, at LineStar MLB. Give them a follow. They're always tweeting out free giveaways, the home run calls, all that good stuff. Trying to give you swag. They give away money. They give away all kinds of stuff. So check them out. Plus the LineStar MLB thing, I'll mention it. They give out the lineups when they come out. They're always updating you on news for the day, when home runs get hit. Like, they give everything. So really good, like, one-stop shop if you need it. Also, go get the LineStar app at Google Play and the Apple App Store. You're not going to regret it. It's got the lineup optimizers, the chats, the value tools, the stack tools, everything you can want, all on your phone, which I love because I'm a guy on the go. Most of these websites now, you have to almost be on a computer because it's very difficult on your phone. It's so easy. It's unbelievable. So highly recommend checking that out as well. And if you can go to iTunes, give a rate and review, we'd appreciate it. Or go to the LineStar YouTube channel, subscribe, share, all the goodies there. 3 games left, as I just mentioned. Cleveland at Kansas City. Tristan McKenzie, Danny Duffy, over under 8.5. This one's fun now. Danny Duffy's 88 on DK, which means he's going to be chalk, and I'm going to eat the chalk. But on FanDuel, he's 10-7, and I'm tempted to do it in a tournament because no one's going to pay that price. But it's very tempting. Tristan McKenzie, 69 on FanDuel. He's 66 on DK. I respect these Royals bats right now, and I kind of want to use them. But Duffy, I'm all in on, and I'm going to eat that chalk.
Yeah, I mean, McKenzie hasn't gone more than 5 innings pitched in any game so far. He's walked at least 4 in 4 of his 5 starts. So I like McKenzie, and I do think he's going to come around, but I don't expect it to be today against the hot Kansas City team. So I'm absolutely with you. Like you said, Duffy, 2 earned runs over the season. 4 of 5 quality of his starts are quality, 34 to 9 K to walk ratio so far. So yeah, 8,800 and 10-7. Like you said, he's just chalk on DK, so you got to start him. But I'm gonna hit some of these batters too. I mean, Benintendi is still super cheap at 3,029. Hunter Dozier at 35 and 28 has been
went
great.
Deep on Wednesday, by the way.
Yep. Witt is priced up, but he's worth it almost every time out. And Carlos Santana has been really hot recently, 48 and 33. So I think I'm gonna stick to that side. If you're not going to play Duffy, I mean, Franimal has been pretty good recently, and good track record for Luplow against Duffy, 3 for 9 with a double and a homer against him. So 2 of his 3 hits are for extra bases against Duffy. So decent matchups there, but I think I'm going to stick to mainly Duffy and KC bats here.
Yeah, Duffy and KC pretty much the go-to for me. Like if you want to go J-Ram to be different, because you would be switch hitting, he's good, knock yourself out. But yeah, I'm a believer in this Duffy Renaissance. The velocity, it's looking pretty darn legit. It's
Win
been a
some
month.
money from him and send him a Burger King gift card.
Yes, and no, give him an Uber gift card to go get his own Burger King. Let's go that route. Toronto at Oakland. Hungjin Ryu, Mike Fires, over under 8 in this one. Ryu coming back from the IL, so I don't know if there's a pitch count or whatnot, so keep an eye on that. You have on DK, Ryu 79. On FanDuel, he's 94. Mike Fires is 62 on DK and a wonderful 64 on FanDuel. 79 on DK, it's tempting if all the news comes out that he's like 95 plus pitches. Like, I like the Oakland offense, and the wind is blowing out heavily potentially in Oakland. Day games, the Coliseum plays a lot smaller. So it's tempting, but I'm still not thinking I'm there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take either pitcher here. I'm going to stack both sides of hitting, especially Toronto against Mike Fires. So that's more what I want. I memean, Teoscar, 3 for 8 in his career off of him. If Joe Panic's in the lineup, he's 3 for 7 with a bomb against him. And Bo Bichette, I mean, Gurriel's starting to turn it around. I mean, his Savant page, dude, is blue blue. So it's not great, but he's starting to come around a little bit. And he's 34 and 24. Marcus Semien 46 and 32 is a good price too. But there's A's bats. Laureano 47-37. Jed Lowry is starting to pick it up again, 41 and 32. Chapman at 43 and 3,000. Some of these A's bats are pretty impressive as well. And I'm not looking to start Ryu, and I'm not afraid of him coming off the IL. Usually guys are limited in that, have a couple miscues here and there. So I'm okay playing some Oakland bats.
No doubt about it. I don't mind the Oakland bats, especially for some lefty. They do pretty well. And I love the angle with Toronto. They've been kind of quiet lately, so maybe we get some lower ownership in a great spot versus Fires. And the last thing I'll mention, just because I think it's like I have to, it's my brand now. We know what week it is, Bogman. It's Piscotty week. So if you're looking for value, he's 2,600 on DK, and he's 26 on FanDuel as well. So extremely cheap, gets a lefty, day game. Give it a rock and roll and see what happens. Last game of the evening, Atlanta, Washington, Drew Smyly, John Lester. This is the most tilting part. The over-under is 9.5, the highest total on the slate. It's 2 bad left-handed. Well, Lester is like a Keuchel type where he manages it, which is annoying. But you have Drew Smyly, who I will target time and time and time again. And we have to pray that the lineup comes out early. Otherwise, we're like hoping guys are in. Like, this is the only downside, because this game is at 1:05 Pacific, 4:05 Eastern. It's like most of them start like 10:05 Pacific. So you have a big gap here. Yeah, I will say this much: I'm not even give you the pitcher prices. I don't think we need them. But just give me Trey Turner and give me like the Josh Harrisons, the Castros, the Zimmer. Give me the Nats.
Yeah, I mean, lots of Nats here, and even Yan Gomes. I think he went. Didn't he go yard?
He went
tonight?
deep on Wednesday. Yep, him and Trey Turner.
34 and 25, and he's 6 for 16 in his career off Smyly with 2 doubles and 2 homers. So 4 of his 6 hits have gone for extra bases. And on the Atlanta side, Ozzie Albies is 6 for 7 against Lester with a bomb. So he's hitting 857 against him. So you're going to want him in your lineup today, even though he's expensive, 47 and 32. Marcelo Zuna is 6 for 21 with a double and 3 bombs against Lester as well. So pretty good start there. And then just some hot bats. I mean, I'm guessing Austin Riley probably gets in the lineup today, and he's 39 and 24. Josh Harrison, as we mentioned this whole week, 38-31 has been nice and hot. Yadiel, if he's in there, probably not today, but 32 and 22 if they get that. And Robles is starting to pick it up this week a little bit. 27 and 21. He is super, super cheap, so might not be the worst buy today.
Yep, don't hate that. And the last one I'll mention, because I just love everything about this game. I want to see the lineup, and I want to pick it apart and have fun with it. But if William Contreras is in there, went deep on Wednesday, he's been a productive monster since taking over for D'Arnaud. He's 29 on DK. I usually don't play catchers on FanDuel, but if you want to, go for it. But I don't think you'll need to. It's like Gomes and Contreras, either one's a great play. Contreras a little cheaper, but whatever floats your boat. It's going to be a fun slate. I know that much. It's like an 8-game slate. It's going to be early. It's going to suck when it's over, and you have to actually do something tomorrow night. There's no draft to watch.
Watch a movie.
It's like, man,
right.
It's like this is the first. It's been a while. So that'll make things fun. But just real quick, when we got a second, we kind of mentioned it before the show. There's like 5 pitchers we kind of really like with Cole, Woodruff, Duffy, Eovaldi, Pineda. Maybe you have a couple more. On DK, my main idea is Duffy, Eovaldi. Maybe that's like because you can get all the bats you want, but you can mix and match whatever you want because there's tons of value for bats. So if you want Cole, it's fine. How are you approaching the pitching on maybe FanDuel or DK?
Yeah, I'm the same way with you. I think those are the 5 I like. I'll take Gant over Pineda, but not by a lot. And I'm maybe one lineup with Gant. I'm not going to go deep on him at all or anything. But Cole is going to be the biggest one. I mean, you're just almost guaranteed double-digit strikeouts even against a decent Astros lineup. So he's going to be a big buy for me because we have some nicer options on DK like Duffy and like Eovaldi kind of in the middle there.
Yeah, definitely helps out a lot. What stacks are you looking at on this Thursday?
Toronto is my favorite one against Mike Fiers, I think. But you mentioned Kansas City, a little stack against McKenzie there. And then, the Twins against the Texas and Lyles is probably a good one. And Boston against Turnbull, I think, are some pretty good stacks.
Yeah, at this point in time, like Toronto, Washington, Kansas City, Boston, Minnesota. And with the values of pitchers, you can get whatever you want. Like, it works just fine. So enjoy that. And on FanDuel, always value. So have your fun there. Last but not least, it's what everybody waits for, the home run call of the day. If you go to follow LineStar DFS on Twitter, they'll tweet out Bogman, Humphreys, and my picks. And if you retweet it, 3 lucky people get chosen. If someone goes deep, Humphreys' Giancarlo pick went deep on Wednesday, so someone's winning some free swag. Jump on in and make it happen. Bogman, who is your home run call for Thursday, May 6th?
I'm going to go back to a well that we've used many, many times, and I'm going to pick on Turnbull and give me just Dong's JD Martinez against Detroit. JD, let's get one. Let's get on the board. He's guaranteed to hit one Friday now, but let's get one on Thursday also.
I like that quite a bit. I think I will stay in the same game with you, and I'm going to go back to X-Men. X-Men going to give it to you. Xander Bogaerts, he finds goes over the monster yet again. So if that tells you guys anything, I think we like Boston stat quite a bit.
Yeah.
If somehow we both hit our home runs of the day,
nice,
baby. So so we got just Dongs Martinez, JD Martinez for Bogman. I'm taking Xander Bogaerts. We'll see what Humphreys picks when they tweet it out and his article comes out via email. That's another thing, folks. If you get the app, you get these articles emailed to you for all the sports that break down every slate, like even MMA and golf, everything. So go check it out. Again, rate and review the podcast on iTunes. Go check it out on YouTube, all that good stuff. We'll be back with you guys on Friday. It'll be a full slate of action. So get your rest. Get up bright and early, make it happen. And don't forget, Thursday starts bright and early. So get on that. But I'm on Twitter at BDentrick, Bogman at Bogman Sports, and we will catch you guys next time.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the LineStar app On Deck podcast. Download LineStar app from the App Store or go to LineStarApp.com for all your DFS baseball needs. If you love the On Deck podcast, support KC, Bubba, and Bogman by rating and subscribing. Good luck.